Kia ora rā whānau. Ma te atua koutou he manaki taki tēnei wāne. Ai, awa kua tai tātou ki o Poutamane. We'll turn just slightly left over the railway line and left again, and we'll go around to past Urupa there. Ai, and we're all out Tibuna, of course. And down that road too were families that lived down there too at that time, and I think still living there at this moment. But I can talk to Harry Hooper and his family that lived down there. And of course, along further again were Terry Spark and his Wainea, who had moved there from the back road, from Kaiwaito Road. And yes, and down further was, of course, there was a Christian outreach place, and also the YMCA. Kia ora, yeah. So we'll come back up past Ruawharawhara, Urupa, and back to the crossroad, to the railway crossing there. On the left-hand side used to be the Blue Bay Park. Now it's been subdivided and they're going to be building homes there now, but the Blue Bay Park was a beautiful park that was there in the trees, and people used to come from miles around just to go and live in there. Kia ora. But then opposite was finally we get to the garage at Opotama, and the garage there was owned by George and his wahine, George Foster, and his wife. And their home was straight across the road, and where the old Potama school is now, there was an old home also in there, and George and his family lived in there, in that place. And that building was moved later on in life, and it became Jack Bowen's home up the Lane Road in Mahia. So yeah, at the school, old Potama School, most of the Kaiwaito Road, and of course Mahia Beach went to Opotama School. Sadly, that closed down not so long ago, a few years ago anyway. But yeah, so, and from the Opotama School there, we're going to go turn right, go across the little bridge and get to the Opotama village there. And first, there were a lot of homes that went to the right and around the ranges there, and the people that lived there, because there was Uncle Friday Whahanga and Auntie Sarah Whahanga lived there straight away, and of course next to them was Boy Kereru and his wife Winnie. And their family lived there. He lived there with his family. Right next to him was, of course, Randy Whahanga lives there. And and then next to that is Charlie Austin, used to be there with his family as well. And they lived there. So you're going up the road, on the left-hand side, Auntie Kiwi Tingaio used to live there, and with her family. Now, at the moment, the sister of our leader, of our RIT CEO, Maurongo, his sister lives there at the moment. And of course, next to them was Uncle Sid Namana. And of course, his family, they were brought up there. Him and his family brought his family up there. And opposite him, of course, I think, I'm not too sure who is living there, but at the moment Arthur Williams is there, and that's his Whangai family home. And so Arthur lives there with his wahine and their children. Were brought up there as well. So we're carrying on up to the village. There are homes there, and I've just forgotten a lot of the families, because you get up to the Ruawharawhara marae, and left from the marae, right on the corner, used to be Jerry Winitana and his wahine. But then later in life, later in time, Uncle Bob Rārere and Auntie Wahachi. They came from Mahanga and they lived in the whare here too. And I think it's, I'm not too sure who's in there at the moment, but right next door is Uncle Bob and Auntie Wahati's home. And there, young Jody, their Mukupuna Jody lives in there with her whānau. But no, killed right next to Uncle Bob and Auntie Wahati's home was our other uncle, he was Tom Rārere. They used to call him Tommy La, and with Auntie Daisy, and they lived in there. And yes, so Auntie Daisy being sister to Margaret Taumata on the back road, killed her. So moving along a bit further, we're getting to the end, and but first on the right hand side, there was a home there, and I'm not too sure who lived in there, but there were people there, and of course on the left hand side was Tom Happy's home and Auntie Myra, and because they lived in their old home, and I think it's been pulled down now. But no, kia ora, we've come to the end of the village, but if I've forgotten anybody, please forgive me, I must be getting older. But kia ora koutou, have a lovely day, and of course, be safe and well in your homes, ne? Mate atua koutou he manaki.